As part of the manufacturing process, certain locations and stations require the combines to be started as well as the actual running of the internal separator. To protect the employees and contractors who might be in the area, all combines are required to honk their horn when performing any of the following functions. 1. When the combine is started. 2. When the combine will travel either forward or reverse. In addition, when the separator is going to be engaged, which is going to cause belts and pulleys to be set in motion. So when you hear a combine sound its horn, be aware that any or all of those three things will occur. Certain areas of the factory where overhead hazards exist will have aisle striping on the floor. The striping is intended to warn employees and contractors that a part is being conveyed via an overhead track conveyor or a part is being lowered by a means of a hoist or low raider. Parking of vehicles such as gators and fork trucks in these areas is prohibited, as well as storing equipment or excess parts. Whenever an employee is working or traveling in an aerial work platform, a personal fall arrest system will be required. A fall arrest system includes a full body harness, lanyard, and approved anchor point. When an aerial work platform or scissor lift is being used, orange cones and/or yellow caution tape shall be set out around the base of the unit and any area to be worked over to warn other contractors and harvester employees of overhead work in the area. All work areas should be able to be roped off to warn other contractors and harvester employees of the work that is being done either on the ground level or from above. When overhead work is being performed, caution tape is required to be used to secure the area directly under the work area. If the potential for debris, sparks, or falling objects to deflect and fall outside the direct work area exist, the area outlined in caution tape must be enlarged. If a base of an aerial work platform is not directly under the overhead work area, both the base of the unit and the work area will need to be caution taped off. In the event your work takes you to or near our main assembly line, there is a warning system you need to be made aware of. The combines in the main assembly line are advanced from one station to the next via a chain-driven tow conveyor. As the system is preparing to index the combines to the next station, a horn will blast for approximately 20 seconds, and a yellow strobe light will begin to flash. As the line begins to move, the horn sound will become intermittent. The lights and the horn sound will continue until the combine reaches the next station. During the line, indexing all employees and contractors are to be located outside the red lines painted on the floor until the combine reaches a full stop. Our facility uses rail cars to ship our final product. These loading stations are hazardous for employees and contractors not assigned to that department for several reasons. We utilize a front-end loader to position the combines on the rail cars. As these front-end loaders are transporting the combines from the staging area to the docks, visibility for the driver is impaired. Please give the right-of-way to the front-end loader. As well as transporting hazards, there are also hazards at the dock even when there is no loading taking place. Driving mobile equipment on empty rail cars is prohibited. Contractors are required to provide copies of material safety data sheets for all chemicals they are using while on site here at John Deere Harvester Works. All copies can be forwarded to the MSDS coordinator located in the safety department. Allowing harvester employees to use any of your chemicals is strictly prohibited. Please take the necessary precautions to secure your chemicals while you're on site. Contractors will be required to wear the following personal protective equipment while working in the factory. Leather work shoes with either internal or external metatarsal guards, safety glasses with side shields, and hearing protection. In addition to harvester's basic requirements, if your specific task requires a variation or change in the required PPE, contact must be made between your company safety representative and the harvester safety department. In addition to Deere requirements, your company might have additional PPE requirements that need to be adhered to. John Deere Harvester Tornado Alarm System will consist of the following notification means. The factory fluorescent lights will begin to flash in an alternating pattern. As one bank of lights stay on, the bank of lights next to them will be turned off for 15 seconds. This pattern will then alternate back and forth until the severe weather has passed. If you are working in East Factory, every other bank of lights will be shut off and left off until the severe weather has passed. In the event you are working outside, the powerhouse steam whistle will sound 2 30-second blasts with a 30-second pause in between. Once you have received the warning, proceed to your crib area in the basement of the East Factory. If you are not assigned a crib area, please locate the nearest identified shelter according to the following map. Stay inside the shelters until all clear signal has been given or a representative from DEER notifies you the danger has passed. In the event of you or one of your employees are injured while on site, you need to contact Harvester Security by dialing 59111 from any in-plant phone. If you are calling from a cell phone, you can dial 765-9111, which will also reach Harvester Security. Once you have reached a Harvester Security representative, give the nature of the injury, building you are located in, and column number. Each column is identified with both a letter and a number. Security will then dispatch in-house EMTs to your location as well as a nurse. Arc flash hazards are labeled and are present around equipment over a broad range of voltages. Voltage up to 13,800 volts are present. Personnel exposed to arc flash and electrocution hazards will need to be properly trained to safely work around these hazards. A permit should be filled out before working on energized electrical components, and all NFPA 70E requirements should be followed. Clothing and necessary PPE must be worn before working on energized equipment. Personnel that operate powered vehicles must have appropriate training. The owner's representative must authorize the use of gas-powered vehicles. When using industrial-powered vehicles, the following guidelines must be followed. 1. When using a fork truck, all persons must wear a seat belt. 2. If the vehicle is powered by an LP tank, there should be only one tank on the vehicle at any time. 3. If there is no passenger seat available on the vehicle, then no passengers are allowed to ride. 4. Lastly, all material that extends in front or behind a vehicle must be flagged for higher visibility.